I wanted to continue and put this up as an example. If you followed any of my videos, I have a lot up and on Facebook, but then my Facebook's been hacked, so there you go. But I've been on Instagram too. I went to social media because I can't get the law to work for me. Can't get an attorney. And since the law is a part of what's happened to me, social media, a friend gave me this phone, bought it for me so I could put it up on YouTube as I'm doing social media. I'll say this as a way of giving an example, and then I want to give you, I was sitting here and I thought, well, this is a good example right here. I was kidnapped in 41 from Buckingham Palace. Yes, it's true. Brought to Moulton, Alabama, and dropped off in a pigsty. And that's what it amounted to, and the family were horrible. I was given the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married at Childers. And both twins, Carl and Peggy, were murdered by their mothers. They were born out of wedlock. So I'm giving you this as a background of the brutality I went through. I did not find out my real name until I ran in a political campaign in '83. And I was flown out to Larry Flynt, and he did an endorsement because I'd written a book and tried to get it published, MD A License to Kill, and I wrote about mind control back then. You can Google it. Now, back then, I had to research, and mine came to me by jobs that I was on at first. Well, yeah. How government agencies can modify a person's behavior without their knowing it, and certainly that's a violation of civil rights, my God. And they can program people to go out and shoot or kill someone or look like they committed suicide when it's a command given to them, and they're victims. It's murder by mind control, not suicide. But I want to get to this, what Mr. Flynt, I never saw him again after October of '83, and he did an article, and I usually show birth certificates of the twins where the state of Alabama and Montgomery just marked through the birth dates of the twins and inserted the date that was given me because it didn't match. They're about a year older than me, and it's illegal to do that. It says so on the birth certificates because they're used for passports. All of this has been illegal every step of the way. And I'm just going to go to this. I have immune disorder, and I was only diagnosed. I work for doctors, remember. That's what I did most of the time. And nobody ever told me I had an immune disorder. I can remember after I was diagnosed, and by the way, it's my understanding the doctor that finally diagnosed me out of urgent care when I was taken in there en route to the emergency room, that because he helped, that's not helping really, but he told the truth. He said, you're allergic to chemicals. And that was his specialty. And it was my understanding that he lost his Medicaid license or something and didn't get it back until a year later. Now then, I don't want to, I'm not saying his name or anything, and I'm sorry if that really did happen to him, okay? But I'm trying to show you how they have gone around and blocked me, but people didn't have to give in. They could have gotten out like the blacks have, and they could have marched. They had everything in the book. Instead, they went the other way. From the highest government agency that everybody has something to hide, okay? They can get stuff on people. And I had a letter from them when I did that book, MD A License to Kill, and tried to get it published about mind control. Of course, Larry Flynt was shot and his attorney killed in the person program. So there's a list, but I put it up before. So I'm being redundant trying to get people to understand. And I'm going to lose my train of thought. Now, I had a letter from the FBI June the 23rd of '79, ongoing investigation, national security involved, and it was U.S. Attorney from Atlanta, William Harper, that sent me the letter. The FBI had sent to them for him to send to me. So, but in October of '86, I came to Roanoke, Virginia. In the middle of the night on the Greyhound bus with nothing. Cold, freezing, no money, scared to death. I've been on the road, just thrown on the side of the road is it. But I'm having to leave. You can't tell all of it. I wanted to get to where they diagnosed me, and I looked back and I thought, my God, that's true. When I inhale toxic fumes in a closed environment, it causes my immune system to attack itself. And it I can get very ill, and almost to the point where I feel like I can't get up. I just pass out if it's that heavy and over a long period of time and in close quarters. And there's no cure for it. They can give you, in which they've done, medicine for the inflammation that it causes, but you have to get away from it. It's like turning a light switch on. You inhale it. The only way is get out, like turning a switch off. Get away from it. If you force-fed it in your apartment or room or they even came up the Appalachian, yes, this happened. Appalachian Trail people and others came up and sprayed and soaked my tent when I tried to sleep, to get off the side of the road where I had been put. All right, and my jobs blocked and everything. So I'm going to get to just another example. I started getting some money in May of, no, it wasn't May, in January, I'm sorry. I'm reading the wrong thing. It went back to some income. The only thing I could get after all this happened, the campaign and finding out my real name and trying to get the book published, was live-ins, when I was lucky enough to get one of those. And that's what I got my tents with, and etc. But, okay, I came, this would have been in '99, yeah. I came here. It just occurred to me a while ago when I'm sitting here with all this that's going on today. This is in '99. I started getting some income, and I came here, and it was relatively new then, and it was Motel 6. And they had remodeled it a little, and it, well, I was so glad for anything. But I stayed here a week. I had enough money, and then I got a check, and I paid. I didn't stay for a month because the first week was okay, and I was so happy. About 2 days, 3 at the most, after I paid for the month, they came in, and against my wishes, me telling them not to, and they sprayed insecticide all over the small, and it's just a door. You don't have a window to open. And next to me, they bombed it. And nobody could stay in there for a day or two or whatever, I don't know, maybe a week. But I was so sick with chemicals they used, I had to leave. And I called Patel, and this is an ongoing thing. They own so much now, and I've put up here where they told me they'd take my money, and if I pay for a month, and come in with chemicals, and I have to leave, I'm so sick, and they won't refund it. And they've done this many times. And I'm saying this now because this is way back in '99. And I walked, I don't know, in the hot sun, I don't know how many miles to get back into Roanoke on the side of the road. And he told me, I had called him and told him what happened, and I needed my money back. I couldn't, at least some of it. And I'd only paid, lived here for a couple of days at the most, or 3. After that 1 week I'd paid, and it was okay. So that encouraged me to pay a month, all right? So I walked all the way down to Ramada Inn. It was an old one that he owned, way on the other side of Roanoke. And he said, well, he couldn't give me my money back, but he could let me stay there for a few days. Isn't that sweet? You expect to, that's fraud. This has all been pre-done, and I put it up. It's still going on. As old as I am, and I can't walk, the inflammation that's so bad. It destroys your whole liver, your kidneys, every part of your body, all right? Much less the quality of life I've lived. So I got there, and I want to give you an example. They put me in the room, and I've become so appreciative of anything if I can just allowed to breathe or take